Okay, welcome everyone to our Monday evening community call. It is Canadian Thanksgiving. Yay!
Yes.
Want to honor our neighbors to the north. And this is your special day. Ours comes next month. And we're thrilled to have all of you honoring this special day. And we get together on Monday nights to celebrate people, to give updates and news you can use and things to keep you, updated with what's going on in Lifewave Land. And there is a lot going on. But we also want to start out celebrating someone who's a new director. He's been a director for a little bit, and he made his sponsor a senior director. So we're going to honor her next week. Yes, but right now we're going to have Danielle Lynn introduce and have Brad Bornemann talk a little bit about some success tips on becoming a director. So over to you, Danielle and Brad.
All right. Well, we're only going to take a couple minutes here and welcome everybody. So exciting. And thank you, Robin and Gregory, for hosting and putting this together. It's literally life-changing to work with the two of you and so inspiring, even in all my resistance when I didn't expect this. And look at that face of his. So let me just give you a quick background. So Brad and I go back, I think it's 2002 or three, right there, somewhere around there, to another direct selling company that he and I opened Australasia. We opened New Zealand and Australia together. And Brad, number one, congratulations. You so deserve this. If anybody I know, he's even willing to move to Utah. And today, I'm not even going to expose the news that we might have soon, but he's going to be very close to where the world headquarters are. But I want to just say thank you for stepping up and to say that he was the guy in the room, and there were 3,000 people in the first event that we did in New Zealand. It was crazy. And if Brad was the one that you knew that the room was going to be held in space. That didn't matter if it was the front row, the lights, the making everybody feel that they were welcome. And you were the one that did that. And I see people coming in saying, congratulations, it's so nice. So I just want to say to you, and to all of us, I'm sure we all know how you feel, that it's pretty exciting to step up. But along your journey, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, and also what did you have to overcome even to get to director, and just share your experience.
That's a great question, Danielle. And before I say that, I just want to hand it back to Danielle because she is beyond amazing. And I don't want to take a lot of time doing that, but if you get a chance to speak with this lady or get a few pearls of wisdom, you are very blessed. Um, what did I need to overcome? There were a lot of things I had to overcome. First of all, if you know me, I am extremely busy. I am busy from morning till night, and I jam pack my days. And so I had to figure out, first of all, how do I fit this in with everything else I do? Uh, the reality is that we all have exactly the same amount of time in a day, 24 hours, 1,440 minutes in a day. And the only difference between those that are high achievers and those who are low achievers is how we prioritize those hours or those minutes. So it can be done. It's just got to be prioritized. Secondly, I had to get back into the idea of becoming uncomfortable again, getting on that phone and calling people and talking and trying to get them onto a call or try and get them on a three-way call with my upline sponsor, or it's just getting back into doing the stuff I know that we need to do to be successful. And it's you got to get uncomfortable. And if you have never done it before, in order to achieve the things that you want in life, you must do the things you haven't done and learn how to do them well. And then you can have whatever you want, right? But it starts with getting uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
those were the big things that I really had to get my mind wrapped around in order to move forward.
You've been in this industry 20 years. I've been in 24 years or 23 years. What do you love the most? Because we only have another minute or so here. What do you love the most? Because we were in the trenches with utilities and it was grinding $1.99 for a phone service. Tell us about your love of LifeWave and why.
One of the things that struck me about LifeWave is the heart. It's driven by heart. Um, I know when I would approach somebody about a utility or a phone or whatever I wanted them to use in my previous company, I might save them a little money, I might not. So what? But it was all about me. This is all about helping other people. I don't care if they believe it or don't. I know that when I approach somebody and try and get them involved with life waves or try and patch them, I know I'm doing them a favor because I know this technology works. It's amazing technology. I've had phenomenal firsthand experience with how well it works. So for me, the that was important. And then all of the stuff, all the um, charity stuff and stuff that David is planning and has already done is absolutely amazing. So for me, this when I flew to Salt Lake City before I got involved seriously with this business, and the reality was that I met the Mascaris, which are absolutely amazing, heart-driven people. I love them to death, and I had that immediate attraction to them when we first met. And usually my gut feelings are not wrong, and definitely have not been in this case. And just what you don't understand is this is a movement. We are a movement to forward this technology out into the world and to help people. And
Thank you.
that's where we're headed.
Yeah, no, we could go on and on, but we know we have so much
Absolutely.
more. And Robin, Gregory, the people on the call, I can see Beamy just shouted out, Pamela shouted out, everybody's shouting out to you. And we couldn't be more proud. And thank you so much for having the time tonight. And congratulations. It's just the beginning of what's going to happen for your life.
Thank you.
That's so wonderful. And I just want to say, before I met you, Brad, Danielle was bragging about Anna, and then I got to meet you guys. Then we got to hang out together, and it was like so wonderful to see the family coming together like this. And we're so happy for you. And I knew you were on the edge of director for quite a while, but you did it right in the nick of time to get that extra bonus,
Yeah.
which is great, and points and all that stuff. And it got Danielle up to senior director. So great to have both of you in our community. And I love you talk about, getting uncomfortable. Because if we're going to grow, we're going to be going places we've never been.
Hmm.
What Gregory and I like to talk about is that, our business is like a greenhouse. It's a safe place to grow.
Hmm.
And try to make it really safe for people to go places you've never been before. And this is just the beginning. So lots more coming. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, we got a few other things on the.
A few? Oh my gosh.
A few other things on today's agenda. So the next one, just an X2O update. If you haven't heard, if you didn't get today's newsletter, X2O is the launch has been delayed. We've gone through the beta test. Some of you are beta testers like ourselves that were fortunate enough to get one of the early systems. Most of them working flawlessly, but as the company pointed out, they had about 10% of the shipments were not meeting the company's desired quality standard. And it was probably a wise decision. It's a very complicated piece of technology.
Sophisticated.
And sophisticated. But it's an amazing technology. I mean, the stories that we hear about this, and oh my gosh, one of your teammates, Robin's playing around with the.
I just, yeah.
This morning we heard from Pamela, a heartwarming story,
Gosh.
an amazing story. What 3 glasses of water did to her 90-year-old father that was suffering from cognitive decline and rebounded back, that was blowing everybody away. And we hear stories like that all of the time. This technology is so life enhancing, life affirming, and life changing that it's really important that we get the system right. So I know we're all disappointed that it's going to be delayed. my bet is that they'll launch it at the Vision event. Every January we have a virtual conference, a Vision event, and I bet you that's the grand launch of X2O. But they had to do some fine tuning on the technology, so it just is what it is, and
We want it to be right.
and we want it to be right. Um, some of us are fortunate to be drinking the water because we got ours early. But some of the folks that got an early one, had a few challenges with it. So we want to make sure that we get it right. Okay. So,
And just as an update, I've had several questions today. People asked can they pay for it at the conference? And the answer is no. But the people that do show up live are the first ones on the list
mhm.
when it is available early next year.
Yeah, we had a discussion with Janine this today about that, and pretty sure that anyone that's in physical attendance will get first dibs on the next release of X2O systems. So glad you could those of you that have one, you lucky ducks, and everybody's going to have their chance soon. So the next thing's very exciting. And we've got a brand new website. And I want to invite Connie, if you want to turn your camera on. Connie Lucas came up with an idea a couple of months ago. Connie and Barry, I always give Connie because it's easier
Barry,
to
you
say.
get credit too.
Because she's just better looking than you, Barry.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But they came up with this idea because we have a lot of people joining LifeWave that are very athletic, and some people talking to colleges, athletic teams, and such. So she said, gosh, if we had a website that was focused on just athletes, just imagine what that would do. And I'm very excited because now we do. And so, Connie, I want to thank you and pass it over to you to introduce it, and I'll bring it up on screen whenever you want me to.
Sure, sure. So it really, and I want to say thank you because it really started it's always a collaboration. So even before we started thinking about the liveyoungersports.com, it was a couple of things. One, we always knew, Gregory, from the very beginning of liveyounger.com that we wanted to spice up the athletes section. We just didn't want to spend the time because we just wanted to get it out to everybody, right? So we always knew that we were going to go back in later and enhance it. Meanwhile, working with Sherry Duggan and her team, with Jada and Eric Jackson, and then working with some of the other people, the doctors who had a lot of athletic background, working with Sherry's son, working with Shelly Sorg on Amaro's team. As we were working with these different athletes, we were seeing that there were people that were younger and wanted, they were like, you put them onto liveyounger.com and they saw some of the photos and they're like, well, wait, this doesn't apply to me. We wanted people to get information concise and that was just to the point for them. And then Barry really started doing market research by going, it never would have happened. First of all, Sherry, her team, and the rest of our team hadn't come together to do an athlete's presentation that we recorded. We then, Sherry divided those up into little bite-sized pieces. Our team has been utilizing them. And then we got permission and said, hey, can we use some of these testimonies? So Barry started doing a little market research, right? You want to talk to him about what you did and how
Well, I
you got
just
to that
realized,
point?
when you're talking about athletes and two athletes, a lot of them are younger. And that's a demographic, we don't have a lot of. And it's a whole different market. And I realized you start sending them to a lot of the information and you just see that glazed over look and they would never get through it all. So I started asking, which I do in my business, what did you not like about it? What did you like? But more importantly, what were things that held up? And most everybody I got when I asked somebody, especially if they're 30s or 40s, was it's just too long. There's too much information. We're looking on our phone if we have to spend too much time. And so I did a little research on my own. And 2004, I think the study was done out of Irvine. In 2004, we had an attention span of 3 minutes. Now it's down to 47 seconds. So you really need to get the message out there with this younger generation, and it needs to be concise, and they need to really be able to get through it. Like I said, most of them are doing it on their phone.
Yeah, they want a couple swipes or they're out. If you can't catch their attention like that, they're out and they're on the next thing. Think of a reel, how fast those reels go. If you can't grab their attention, they're done. And so if you can see in our liveyounger.com, it's not the major focus, it's down a ways, so you don't always get to it. So Gregory, if you want to pull up the Live Younger Sports, and thank you to everybody that helped with it. Michelle did a beautiful job with liveyoungersports.com. And so are you planning on pulling up, Gregory, the actual site itself?
Yes, this is the site. Mhm.
No, the actual site.
Oh, you're not seeing that? Let me stop my share, and reshare, excuse me.
We're seeing the email, the newsletter.
Okay, here we go. How's that?
Beautiful. So real quick, a few swipes. You come on, if we go back up to the top, they want to know, like, this is the things they want: recover faster, perform longer, push beyond the limits. Gives a little bit of information about what they're going to get. When we go on to the next places, one of the that we really realized that Barry, with his market research, anything longer than a minute, they won't watch. Period. End of story. They will not watch 3 minutes. It had to be a minute. So we picked the minute long video, which is the shortest video of corporate's videos. This next piece down here, I love this part Michelle Blaze did. You don't need another pill, peptide, or protocol. You have to understand peptides are hot. They are a hot topic for young athletes, for anyone, that's into performance and into reverse aging and biohacking. That is a key thing. So the fact that people realize they don't have to do another peptide, an injection, a pill, a protocol, that gets their attention. And then the next piece that we actually got from our daughter, she goes, I want to know the benefits. After I hit that, give me the benefits, and then I'm ready to buy. And so Barry said, a couple of the guys he talked to too said, I want an opt-in button right after this, what to expect.
Yeah, they were 25 and 27, real good in their field. They were young salesmen, up and coming. And one of them, the youngest one, actually said, I would have loved an opt-in button at this point. He goes, I'm interested.
Yep. So what
we'll
we
be
have,
talking to them soon.
Yep. So what we have currently is, for special pricing, get back to the person who shared this with you. There's their call to action. In the future, Gregory can share plans of what he might like to do with this site. If we go to the next pace down as you're utilizing it, so you can just tell somebody in a couple minutes, you're going to know if this is for you. But here now you have a first, this is a longer video. It's 5 minutes. It is, I recommend you watch it, is the Jacksons talking about their experiences individually as athletes and trainers, as well as each of their children that are athletes. It really covers the gamut
yeah.
of what people are looking for. And down below that, if somebody does want a few more testimonies, you can go in, and from here, you've got a couple more testimonies that are much shorter, of somebody who's young, of Dr. Dylan, Dr. Pena, a couple of the testimonies from corporate, the ballerina. Some of you really love this. It's a long video, so we put it towards the end, but there's a few more to go from there. And then it's a quick wrap up as we get back to the last page. If they don't go into that, you're just kind of doing one quick little summary. And do you want proof? And this proof leads you to liveyoungerscience.com, where they can look up the patents and the published studies, just like they can from your Live Younger site. So this link will be added in to the section of your replicated Live Younger site and to the generic liveyounger.com site. There will be a link added in, and a little bit of tweaking that Gregory and Michelle and all of us are working on right now, to kind of beef up that section. So you can still use your Live Younger replicated site. If you don't, you might get a first opinion from this and then take them over to your Live Younger site and move them down, and you can still enroll them from your liveyounger.com, and they can also access this through liveyounger.com. But this gives you a quick place to start.
Yeah, this whole process, if they only watch, you ask them to watch a 1 minute video, is literally a 3 minute process for most kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking even 40, 50-year-old, because from that 25 to 40, at that range, they want it fast. They want the information, and they'll click on the extra and go back and look for it. Most of them go through the whole thing first and give you the I like it. It's interesting. Tell me more. And you can tell them, you sometimes need to tell them to click, to the athlete portion, to click to the patent portion.
Click to the company,
Company, yeah, there's another video
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, if you really want to see the company and they want to get to that part, but with a few scrolls, so it really helped to have collaboration with the athletes, with Barry, with Sherry, with Michelle, with Gregory, all of us that came together to put this together.
Everyone's loving it in the chat. Oh my gosh. They're excited.
And I want to let people know, just like liveyounger.com is a standalone free website, liveyoungersports.com is a standalone free website that it's available to start using now. But for those of you that are subscribers to liveyounger.com, personalized site, this will be a direct link from your personalized site that they can click down, as Connie was saying, down where we have the athletic section. It'll click through to this website, and anywhere in here, instead of for special pricing, get back with the person that shared this with you, it'll say click here to get started, and it'll take them right to the get started page on your liveyounger.com personalized website. So you'll capture people directly there. So if you got someone who's an athlete that's interested, say, hey, go to my website, liveyounger.com/Connie and Barry, or whatever yours is, whatever your particular, and scroll down and you'll see the athletics section. Click there, and you can send them right to it. Now they're in your domain. They're going to have your name, your phone number, your email address, and if they click through, they're in your LifeWave website, and they're going to enroll or purchase under you. So the comments in the chat are wonderful. Oh, now they want liveyoungerbrain.com.
Did you get the domain yet, Gregory?
Oh, don't anybody take that, okay?
Got it, Greg. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Well, great
Thank
job.
you. Oh my gosh.
You and your
It's
team
a labor of love.
and Michelle that put
and
this all together.
Tremendous amount of
It's
work.
beautiful, and it's very well laid out. Whew. Okay, so I guess we'll jump back to, we'll stop this share and go back to the website, excuse me, the newsletter. Share the newsletter, if I can find it. Hold on a second.
No, it's right there.
Oh, you're
You went away.
hold on one moment. There it is.
Okay.
So there it is, liveyoungersports.com, plural. Want more athletes in your business? We all do. And now you have a way of getting them. So below, we just a highlight of some of the updates from the highlights, the new highlights. I know there was an N there.
Oh dear, there was.
I saw it. Anyway, you know what we mean. So 6 more days for double points. 6 more days. That's and what, 9 more days, 10 more days, and we'll all be together virtually or physically in Anaheim. So 9 more days on the double points. I don't think we need to belabor on that. Last week and on the last couple of calls, we've been talking about probably the most important thing you can do right now is make sure everyone on your team, that you and everyone on your team is going to be in physical or virtual attendance. And that means everyone's bought a ticket for on-site or virtual attendance. Some people say, well, I can't attend virtually either because I have a job. And, you'll get over it. But one of these days, if you work with LifeWave long enough, you probably won't have a job. But, by buying the virtual ticket, you'll have virtual and perpetual replay rights to the conference for at least the next 30 days. So everybody wants to have a ticket. And as I said on one of the previous calls, if people in your team won't physically attend, buy a ticket with the intention of virtually attending or watching the replay, they're really a customer, and maybe you just want to invite them to be one, or just know that they are, okay? But anybody that's serious about making a difference in their life and other people's lives, and that's the benefit of being a brand partner, and I thought Brad really addressed it very wonderfully, earlier on this call. you know, we are about making a difference. David Schmidt is about making a difference. Agreed?
Totally. I mean, he is a man of great service.
Yeah.
That is why he's here. And he's like one of the hugest hearts of anyone I've ever met on the planet. To just
And
enhance.
everybody needs to play for Elton John, Sir Elton John, because he's got COVID and he had to cancel his last weekend's performance. Let's just, you know,
He'll
hope
be
that he
fine by-
recovers well.
He'll be
I'm
fine
sure,
by the
I'm
time
sure
we get to
David's
see him.
patching him up and he'll be be fine by then. So the conference is coming this Wednesday, 2 days from now. Lifeway Business Connect. You want to talk briefly about this?
We have got a special treat from Jay Atkins, who's going to be talking about strategy for Q4. Really smart to be thinking in 90-day segments because this Q4 is a big one. We have Comp Plan 2.0 going into effect, all the new recognition program, some new products, and getting ready for the big next year. So how we end the year is how we start the year. So really, really a great idea to listen to SPDJ and plan our final 90 days
Yep.
of the year.
So we left this in there from last week, the new social media compliance tools. The company's done a fabulous job putting these three together. If you haven't had a chance to click and download and print and review, that's your homework. It's important. And the company is now telling us what we can say, as opposed to in previous days, it's pretty much we were just told what we couldn't say. So these are very well strategically designed and really well laid out. So I think everyone, all brand partners should have their own copies.
If you want to send a thank you, you can send an email to compliance@lifewave.com and send a thank you. It would be a novel concept to send something like, oh my gosh, a thank you? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It would be great if you could do that.
Yeah, they would love to hear that because
I sent one to Julie and she was very grateful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and if you're from out of town and you want to swing by Salt Lake on the way to or from the conference, they're doing an open house October 13th through 17th, and then on the 20th through the 30th for tours of the Welcome Center.
But you do need to reserve your spot. You do not need to have your upline SPD. You can just click there
Exactly.
and get it reserved.
So you click right here in the newsletter and reserve. Personalized website. Now's another reason to have a personalized website. That the addition of the liveyoungersports.com won't be until after the conference. We have just way too many things to do between now and conference. But you know, sometime very soon, probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks, that'll be incorporated into the self-replicated liveyounger.com websites. But again, it is available to start using right away.
Yeah. And just going over to the chat, compliance@lifewave.com is where you send your thank you for the great new tools.
Yep.
Okay, I love this part every week. Going under organization and the last tab for the annual renewal, and you can sort it by personally enrolled, first 3 levels, or your entire organization, and see who's up to get their renewal in. You can actually create a spreadsheet and do an email. I invite you to pick up the phone and connect with people. Remember, it's a relationship business, and they'll really, really appreciate that you reached out to them.
And while you're talking to them, get them to buy a virtual conference ticket.
Yeah. I've talked to a few people lately that are so excited about the business, but they didn't have their ticket yet. I went, whoa. Sometimes people need an invitation.
Or a nudge, a little
Or a
nudge.
nudge, yes.
So tomorrow night, Janet Kiefer is going to be hosting the Power of the Patch showcase call and interviewing Dr. Henrietta, one of our favorite naturopaths. We have
Yeah.
lots of favorite naturopaths. but
It's amazing.
She's
We
one of
love
our
them all.
favorites for sure.
We love them all.
And the rest of the week is as you've seen, as you know, it's all here for you. So that repeats every week. But this week we have the LifeWave Connect with Jay Adkins. Okay. So I think that kind of brings us to a wrap.
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh,
I do want to mention that, the story that Pamela shared about her father was on this morning's Monday Miracle Call. So you might want to listen to the replay for that. It was incredible. And I have ordered Share the Light insulated patch pouches. They will be in this week. If you have interest in picking any up at the conference, you have to go to that link and pay for them. And I will be bringing the ones that people paid for.
Oh,
If you want them, you'll be able to get them later also. It's just if you want them at the conference, there is a limited amount, but you can click there and order if you'd like. And
well, my wife just turned into the Live Younger Fulfillment Center.
no, I'm not. We're not. They're getting paid for ahead of time.
Well,
Yeah. And
they're gonna pick them up
if,
from you.
well, hope they might get shipped ahead of time. We're waiting for
Okay.
the shipping,
Okay.
because they came from a far way away. Please do remind people of these quick access URLs. They will save you tons of time. There's so much there, including Dr. Nicholas's YouTube site. If you've not been there, he's got amazing little things on there. Even though the Wildlife Why Now is old, it still has great stuff on it. I know we
Oh,
need
it's
to,
only 6 years
we
old.
need to redo
Just
it, 'cause
only-
things, it's when we were brand new, actually.
It's 6.5 years.
We're
old.
on our 7th year in a few days, I think.
It
Yeah,
might be slightly outdated.
yeah. And just so everybody knows, when things go on our Zoom calls, then they go right into our Live Younger YouTube channel. And if you're not getting the newsletter, liveyoungernewsletter.com, and put your email in there. If you're going to forward it, make sure you take off the unsubscribe, because we've had people losing their emails because someone else unsubscribed.
And
Okay.
Laura was asking if you have a in-person ticket, all the people that are attending in person have unlimited access to the replays also,
Yes.
whether you attend or not. So if you have a ticket and for any reason you can't attend, you'll be able to watch the replays.
Yeah, and one of the things.
Now, let me mention one thing. If you have a physical ticket, but you're unable to attend, you'll probably have to call customer service to get virtual watching rights. There's a difference between
Well-
virtual and replay.
Well, let me explain that. If you have a virtual ticket, every event is live as it's going on at the conference. If you have a live ticket and want to watch virtual, you're not able to watch it until after that session is over.
So you may call customer service and they can make that adjustment for you.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know you're not attending, I would call customer service before the conference starts and say, hey, something came up, and I'm not able to attend. I'd like to be able to watch it virtually, and I have an
Live.
on-site attend ticket.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be able to accommodate that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I think we did it. And want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. And again, congratulations, Brad and Danielle and Deanna too, because Danielle and Deanna became senior directors recently, which is fabulous. People are moving. Love it.
Okay, well, we love y'all. Go patch somebody. Keep patching. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.